Hello, hello. Oh, I forgot to put my feet supermodel tracking on. Un momento, por favor. It's my birthday! Hello, hello! Please load up game. Please load up. I know you can load. There you go. Good game loading up. It's a birthday, guys! Turning a ripe old age of 20. Turning 20 today. Well, that's weird. Why is that display caption not working right? Boom, boom. Yeah, looks good now. Yes, man, it's my birthday. I don't have anything too special plans. It's gonna be more Ace Attorney stuff. But yeah, today's my birthday. It doesn't really feel like my birthday. You know what I mean? It doesn't really feel like much. But it is. I don't know. Today's a special day, I guess. You know, let's make the arms a bit smaller. I'll make the cupcake smaller too. Yeah, there we go. So, where did we leave off last time? We were close to finishing the thing, if I can remember exactly. But it's been a bit! It has been a little bit since I've done this. Let's see, where did I leave off? We were on the last day of investigation. I could have sworn we were in trial. No. Did it not save? No. Surely it's saved. No! Oh, please tell me I saved the game before closing it out last time. That's gonna be so upsetting. No! I forgot to save! No! Oh, that's annoying. Gosh. Well, I don't know what to do now. Oh man, that's so amongstly annoying. Okay, well now I gotta figure out what to do again. Yada yada yada. Okay, well that starts us off on a really bad situation. I guess I didn't save. Man, that's so upsetting. Okay. also present this. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, let's see. Man, okay, how do I get back? I can't remember how much progress I made. Let's see. Let's see, meet Gumshoe. There it is. Okay, I already did that, Gotcha. Okay, I have to present fingerprinting sets. Okay, then I have to do the hand thing. Man, this is so annoying. I'm so annoyed that it didn't save the progress. Like, man, I guess maybe it's my fault for not saving it. I thought I did though. Could have sworn I saved, but maybe I didn't. Okay. And that's comparing it. Then we have to do. In case of examine against desk again. Okay. What's next? What's next? But the reason I'm skipping through all this for those of you who missed it is that I stupidly, I guess I didn't save. Yeah, I guess I didn't save it. That's why I'm skipping all this stuff. So hopefully we can get right back to where we need to be earlier than where we need to be. Okay, blah blah blah, we're keeping it hidden from her, blah blah blah, chief got yada 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 yada. Okay, now we're going to the detention center's visiting room. Okay, then present evidence list and present the unstable jar. Okay. Man, so much dialogue. My thumb's getting a workout though. Oh my gosh, thank you for rating! Thank you for rating, Cherry! So for all of the, hello, my name is Barty. I am a voice actor. And I do roleplay games and roleplay stuff. Nice to meet you. I use any pronouns. Also today is my birthday. Yes, it's a birthday. The reason why I am skipping through the dialogue right now is because stupidly I did not save the game, so I'm trying to get back to where I was before. Small beating up attack. Small-ish. Okay, showing proof. I have to show her the orders. Oh no, Dark's knife. Present her the evidence list, or the unstable jar. Yada yada. But thank you for protecting me. Yada yada yada. We've seen this part. Small and left, big hot split. I don't know where I'm going with this, but anywho, happy birthday and stuff. My bread is melts. Okay, bye bye. All right, I'll welcome you back later when you come back. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, now this is a pretty good setup. Congrats on skipping the teens, life away to now detected. Yes! Thank you, Flasher. I finally escaped the teen life. Now it's back pains and other stuff. Also, Flasher, I don't know if this looks familiar to you, but this is the exact same scene from last stream, because I'm a stupid poo-poo head, and I guess I didn't save. Yeah, I guess I didn't save. Even though it says saving there, so I'm confused why I didn't save the last time I did that. Yeah, save. Weird. I could have sworn I saved. But whatever. I gotta go on to the next day. Okay. My Rigor Charm was simply that distracting, exactly. Where the Undertale songs are copyright muted. That's whack. Weird! I wonder why that part got censored. I can't tell you. Let's see. So we have to press Emma's port statements. Okay. Then hear more. Then ask what. Okay. Yeah. So I'm looking at a guy here because I screwed up and didn't save. Oh yeah. Yeah. Probably some person put it in. I don't know. The whole Twitch music stuff is so weird. You love Gaunt? Let's assume that since you've taken the mantle of Sol, you're able to decipher cases at speeds not even the gatekeeper with. Exactly! Exactly. I am, what was it? Better Call Saul. Okay. But how do you like Gaunt? We have a running joke that he looks like a Pokemon gym leader. Yeah, exactly, Flasher. At least he's your least favorite gym leader. Come on, get to the part where I haven't been before. 2 out of 10 lines? I don't know, I like his lines. Oh my! Oh my gosh! How was your stream? Oh my gosh, thank you for wishing me a happy birthday! I'm sorry we haven't played a lot recently. To all of Opal's viewers, I am Bard, or Bard is fine too. I use any pronouns. I am a voice actor. I like to voice act my way through video games. The reason I'm not doing it here is because I am a dum-dum and I forgot to hit the save button. So now I have to restart all my progress. Yay! Good times! Thank you for the birthday wishes to everyone. Thank you so much. Yeah! I'm fine! Wait, what's your full name? I missed it. Thank you for calling, Greyhounds. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. What were you streaming, by the way? I saw it. Was it? I know. Cherry was doing Undertale, but were you doing Dead by Daylight? Thank you for the birthday wishes so much. Thank you again. Yeah, it was Dead by Daylight. Okay. Well, but we should play Dead by Daylight soon together. I don't know. I'll DM you after stream and ask when you're free. Hear more! Hello, Love Chief! Thank you for wishing me a happy birthday! Yeah, I want to get back into DBD. It's been a while since I played it. Thank you for subscribing, Cherry! Thank you so much!
Wee birthday wishes to you.
Wee birthday wishes! Yes, yes, yes! Also, do you like your little new red panda badge? Oh, you got my little charm on my ukulele. Let's see. Presents Neil autopsy's report on the fourth statement. 1, 2, 3. How goes the anniversary of birds? Of birds? Oh, I was like, what? What do you mean by anniversary of birds? A bird? Honestly, it doesn't feel much like my birthday. It's not feeling terribly much like my birthday. I don't know. It just feels like it's another day. The birds fly well this season. Yes, exactly. All right, chat. We're almost to where we were before. We are almost to where we were before. Yeah, no, but it's going great. I am out of my teenage years. I am a 20-year-old now. I'm going to be an old person soon. Maybe there's some type of event going on with Earth. Maybe. Honestly, I wouldn't doubt it. There's like a day for everything. Yeah, it just feels like another day with an adult birthday. A cane? Yes. I need a cane now. Okay, Emma's picture. Next one. Do, 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 do. I need a cane? No. Well, I mean, maybe soon. I'm getting old. I'm now a 20-year-old. Ugh. So gross. Also, hi, like. Oh my gosh, this is bad because I've never been able to pronounce your name, but now I have to. Liar Q. Liar Q. Ugh, I never had to actually pronounce your name before, Liar. I'm so sorry. But yes, hello. Thank you for coming to stream. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, to all those who didn't hear before, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm skipping through it. It's because I am a dum-dum and I didn't save the game last time. Imagine in 5 years you can legally rent a car on Earth. Oh, do you have to be 25 to do that? Okay. Let's see. Present. I have to present the tip of the knife. Wait, hold on. On this first statement, present Neil's autopsy reports. Neil's autopsy report. There we go. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes, though, Liar. I really appreciate it. The Average Attorney playthrough right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is not the Average Ace Attorney playthrough. Listen, I want to get back to the voice acting as soon as possible. I just can't because I am a dum-dum and I didn't save. I'm close, though. I'm really close to where I was before. And it hasn't even been 20 minutes yet, okay? Well, it's been 20 minutes, but you know what I mean. I love just them slamming tables over and over again when you spam the button. Let's see. Yeah, so... Let's see. There is another one, presents the Gods team picture. Okay. I'm so terribly close. Oh, I got added on Discord. Let me check where that's from. That is from Nothing Important. Okay. Take that! My kindergarten rendition of the murder proves the Gods is, in fact, a stinky poo-poo head. Exactly. There is another one! Okay, we're so close. This is the other one! Okay, we're so close. We only have, like, one more thing to say. Oh my gosh, you got her phone flyer! Yeah! Thank you for following so much! I'm really happy to see that you're coming in and you're enjoying the stream! Top 5 most powerful objects in the universe. Didn't realize you had it already? I don't think... Hold on, have I followed you yet? Have I followed you? Ah, thank you very much for subscribing! I don't know if I'm following you yet. I was not. I am now though. Hello! Yes, there we go. Good. Thank you much for subscribing too! Oh my god! Ah! You haven't started streaming anyways? Why? Why haven't you? You should. You should start streaming. Yeah, I think you would be such a good content creator. I mean, I see all your tweets and stuff. I think it'd be great. Alright, I think this is where we're at. Oh wait! I remember now. I remember everything. Witness? Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again, please? His list? The one with the picture scribbles on the back. Vibranium, Infinity Gauntlet, Stormbreaker, Nokia, and those tables in Ace Attorney, exactly. You're gonna be streaming Tales of Symphonia for the first time since a friend did a trade. Oh, nice! Wait, which one's Tales of Symphonia? They finished my favorite novel, so gonna play their favorite game. Oh, cool! Which one's Tales of Symphonia? Remind me of that. You knew it. This picture, I'm the one who drew it. No, we've done this part before. We've done this part before. When I saw the man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then, there was another flash landing, and that's why I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. Okay, I'm off guide now, so I'm gonna have to figure it out myself. Tales of Symphonia Woo, favorite game? Boy, it just made me think of Ninjago, so obviously must be a good game. Nice. Oh wait, the really old ones. I don't know what red coat, brown hair is. I'm sorry. I've not actually. Do you guys hear that? Do you guys hear the car horn? There's a car horn going off. Hope it's not mine. Try impossible. Chief of Detectives, how do you? Nope, we still done this. We've done that. Stop, please, don't push forward. We've done this. Silence! Defense will now cross-examine. Please obtain the defendants. It seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter. Is it that Dumbledore dies? Spoilers! Okay, good. The car noise isn't coming through the mic. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad the car noise isn't coming through the mic. Because that's really annoying to me. So the man raised his knife. I panicked and rushed towards both of them. Press. Why would you do something so dangerous? Oh, what else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall. She seems convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife. Well, it's as we just theorized. Mr. Marshall was the one holding that knife. Well, I didn't know that at the time. When that dark guy knocked me down, all I could think was, I've got to help the other person. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. I assumed it was just your brilliant voice acting? What? You assumed what was my brilliant voice acting? What do you mean you think? It all happened so fast, and I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. What I did, it's all kind of a blur. This guy was almost killed before she was a witness to a murder about to take place. So much happening in a matter of seconds. A little disorientation is only natural. Oh, the car. You thought I was the car. Yes, yes, yes. Of course. Of course I'm the car. You know what? Yeah, you got me. I thought I'd play a little birthday prank on you. My bad. I saw the man about to stab the other person, who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife.
What you did was very brave, young girl. So then, what happens next?
Just then, there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. Ooh, what voice? What voice, liar? You were focused on the text until now? Yeah, I've been doing voice acting! Are you sure about this? Of course! See, I even drew a picture of him here!
But it was the chief of detectives who thought up this hideous beast. And that was just this year. The Blue Badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable.
I know it sounds strange. I was surprised to see too when I saw him at the police department. That range, isn't it really that big of a range? I didn't think it was that big of a range. He's hiking all the way up here.
And then I could go all the way down here as well. Hello, nice to meet you everyone. Markiplier here.
Hello everyone, nice to meet you. Hope you're having a great, fantastic day. That's about my range. You can also go a little bit higher, but this one doesn't sound as good. Ha-ha! Well, howdy, kids! That doesn't really sound like Mickey. Ha-ha! I can also do kind of a goofy.
Gorsh.
But I don't think that one sounds as good. And then my favorite is Mario. Mario. I think I can do a pretty good Luigi impression, but I could also just completely be interpreting that in my head and thinking it's good, and it's actually not. Who knows? I don't. I know it sounds strange. I was just surprised too when I saw him at the police department. Accent right, but a bit higher pitched, but still close. Yeah, good. Good to know that I just need to go a little bit higher. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him somewhere before. Somewhere. Now I finally remember. Oh, brother, just when you thought that thing had caused enough commotion. You mean go lower? Mario! Hola! Hola, Luigi! You're side by side? I don't know. I know, I purposely made it too low. If you want to go a little bit higher than that voice, it'd be Mario! Oh, a little bit lower than my voice would be Mario! Mario! Whoa, 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 whoa! Ah. I don't know, I probably would need to practice it a little bit more. Plus, you know, there's always the whole thing of your voice sounds different to you than it does to everyone else. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing?
He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow.
His shadow? So you mean you didn't actually see his face with its winning smile and all?
Well, that's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns.
This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken.
That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did.
Oh, and I suppose you have an explanation. If so, by all means, please, tell us what this shadow really was.
What was it Emma saw when that lightning flashed? Who is this blue badger, really? I just might know. The blue badger hadn't even been dreamt up when Emma drew this picture, yet she's certain she saw its shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on the fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the blue badger. Something that is now sitting in this very room. Mr. Wright?
In this room? Oh, very well, Mr. Wright. What is that the witness saw in the instant? Please show us the mysterious blue badger lookalike.
I think it's this, because I accidentally saw a head on the guide. The mysterious blue badger was in fact this.
But that's... what exactly is that?
I believe it's some sort of a jar. But Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the blue badger. Indeed it doesn't, as it stands now, just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoints?
Our viewpoints?
I've got to show them the correct angle to look at this from. Oh, pretty close. That's right, I've got to make it look more like the badger. Need to get my order for temporarily holding me back from seeing the Better Call Bard live stream. Also, I don't know where you saw about that. Doesn't look like a badger. Nope, not at all. Find the right angle. Maybe I should rotate vertically a bit more, or horizontally? Oh, that's right, you can do it. Gotta show the correct angle. Let's look like this. It's so hard to get the rotation perfect. Oh. You know, that would have been helpful if I knew that. Like that? I'm gonna double check. Looks right to me. Well, is this a miracle or what? No one could possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the blue badger.
No. It can't be!
Also, like the ongoing joke that the vase is ugly as heck. Me, I can deny it. You can deny it? I see.
The business proven its claim the mysterious blue badger witnessed on that day of the crime was actually this. Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point?
What do you mean?
That badger thing was actually just a jar. Doesn't change anything.
I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything.
Indeed. Very well then, please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw the jar?
The murder weapon? Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw the jar.
At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright.
Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar?
Where?
The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gaunt.
But the body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness said so herself.
Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Derek and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office, and on the other side of the room in Chief Gaunt's office. I like the idea that he's just awkwardly trying to rotate this ugly, bloody 30-pound vase for the jury to see as Edward slowly gets a headache. Exactly. No, like, I actually got it pretty close my first time, and it wasn't exactly perfect. It was a little tilted upwards, and they got it mad at me. They're like, what? No, we can't see this. This is totally not a blue badger, even though we could just have rotated it one more inch, and it would be very easily just the same thing. However, you did not rotate it one more inch, so I see you can draw no more conclusions from this. Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from David Gunn's office to Lana Sky's office? Yes.
Why would he do that? There's no reason.
That's the kind of thing we would have been stuck on for 10 minutes in this game. Exactly. Because I got it so close on the first one and it didn't count as correct, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it pixel perfect with what the guide is showing me. Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason.
Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright?
I finally figured it out. This is why Lana tried to stop this trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Gonna be lurking, sending you. Oh, excuse, thank you, Cherry. Bye bye. Thank you for lurking.
Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? Well, that would have to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? Ah!
A suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous-looking sword.
Yes. Since the man who was knocked to the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall, wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy.
No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking.
Yes, there is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Oh! I just put it together! Why Lana is trying to hide this. It's because Emma killed that man!
Another possibility.
Of course, the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nevertheless... I don't know if I can go through with this.
Mr. Wright, what's the matter? The events took place as the defense theorizes, and the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall,
No, the trophy wasn't used to stab, but it was an important clue to seeing how he got stabbed. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? No! Bad. Also, how's my volume, by the way? Is it good? Is my volume too low, too high?
I never imagined her testimony would lead to this. So, it was a witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with their own testimony. This is unprecedented.
Objection! What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances... Joe Dark murdered the Prosecutor Marshall! How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her?
Imagine that coming from you.
Mic sometimes peaks, but overall very solid. Okay, I will turn it down so it doesn't peak. Boop! It's turned down just a little bit. Maybe just a tad more. Okay, that should be better. Yeah, I probably should have turned it down when I was screaming, but oh well.
You recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body. So keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it?
I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? I'm going to bet you don't.
Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence. If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony.
I am afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. Certainly can't get dead people to testify. It's all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. You actually fall and laughed? Good! I'm glad I got you to laugh.
Touche, Miss Sky. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility.
You mean there's still another possibility?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. Better or worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. Seeing Phoenix, a full lawyer throughout this long, complicated case, be like, evidence? Yeah, that's These aren't really real lawyers.
Better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. In one manner or another.
That's impossible.
Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased that such a message exists.
Gotta think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind. It's in the evidence! This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright, please stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer.
Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. It's only one thing we seek, the truth. No matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys the message from the deceased.
This is the message left by the deceased.
Well, this is that blue badger from before, right?
Oh, is he gonna just speak of the killer's name?
The thing could, I'm sure it would. It's like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. A message was left here, on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? It's all just very elaborate game played out at the daycare with kids playing pretend and everyone's just like 19-year-old watching over them. Honestly, I could see that happening. I could realistically really see that happening. If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar. Looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice, for some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there's a line here, drawn in blood. So what you're saying is these dots were once lines. Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left for him to leave behind a message. One that someone apparently wiped away. Blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent. No! Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us? Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal us the answer. Gotta connect these dots to make the letters. There's only one thing the victim would have written, in the circumstance. His murderer's name. Man, it would have been a lot easier if I can... Oh. I wonder if they changed this for the English release. Because that's entirely possible. Yeah, that's entirely possible that they changed this for the English. I'm confused though. I wonder what this would have looked like in the Japanese release. I'm gonna head off for dinner. Hope you have a fun birthday stream. Thank you for the alert, liar. It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Yes, Your Honor. You see, if I just draw the murderer's name myself, it's actually quite a simple case. If I just write the name myself... Oh my god, guys, look! It was the victim who wrote this! Emma. So, this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Of all people, she may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Skye. Seaworthy! Can't say I didn't warn you. Chief Gaunt. Do you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in that case, were you not? Yes, Worthy, because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction. Also, I'm maybe now thinking peaked wasn't the right word, as whether you did means you might kind of mute your voice a lot more. Also, changed my mind, showed up like a Team Market villain. Oh, my mic has been muting myself? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, let's do a test to see the audio. Audio input capture. Let's do a test to see the button. Hello. Test. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Sounds decent to me. It could be a voice mod thingy. Could be a voice mod thing. Potentially.
I'll see if I can fix that. Yeah, let me fix that really quickly. So, you know, I didn't see this coming. I thought for sure that it would have been gone to, it would have been gone to who, did the motorage. But I guess it wasn't. So that's confuzzling. That should be a little bit better. I just changed some settings around. Ooh, excuse me. I would have sworn God did it. But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. It could also be I'm just dumb. Also okay, a case, yes. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know we aren't defenders of justice? What? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter, even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. You see, in Act 3, you realize God pushed Emma. You know what? That could have been what happens. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. What's going on in the prosecutor's office?
How can he really just stand there like it wasn't his fault?
Order, order, order!
The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle a crowd, the judge declared a recess. His trial's headed, no one knows. To be continued, to be continued. I love Recess. I mean, I miss Recess. Recess was so fun. I miss it. I really miss it. With the jungle gym and monkey bars and swing set. Ah, it was so fun. All right, 25, 1206. District Court's Defendant Lobby number 2. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's my problem, not yours.
Oh, I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, I guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? I like this new voice for Detective Gumshoe better than the old one I gave him. You've got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run all around while on duty. Hands up and up, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. I take it Alana's having you on errands again. Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law? This looks like a book for children. Oh my gosh, this looks like a book for children. Lana's like, oh my gosh, my lawyer is so incompetent that maybe a children's book on evidence law might help. I don't know, it's better than nothing. Edgeworth was talking about this just the other day.
Just know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police departments.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so.
You could at least study some evidence law, really. Baby's first law book. Imagine if Mr. Wright was just like a lawyer for years, and it's like, this is the case where he actually opened up a law book. The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message.
A message?
She said if you're planning to take a him on, you're gonna need this book.
Him. I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read.
Evidence law securely slipped into pocket. Don't look like that book will do any good now, though. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence.
That's where you're wrong, detective.
Huh?
Haven't you figured it out yet? Why am I still sitting in that prosecutor's seat? But all these allegations being thrown at me.
Mr. Edgeworth.
The real trial today hasn't begun yet.
What else is there left to do?
Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. This guy found out she unwittingly caused a man's death, and now you're telling me you want to do more? You've got to be kidding me, pal!
You're missing the point, Detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there.
What?
You're going to expose him, no matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. January 25, 1252, District Court, courtroom number 9.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties to your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls for the witness, but, cough, cough. This isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have, struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses? Oh, I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking and... Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing.
Your Deki Authority expands. If Phoenix can read anywhere near as fast as you were earlier, he can get to that book. Probably.
Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It proved that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense will accept. Blah, 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 blah. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Prosecution's proposal. Pretty petal prosecution proposal. Pterodactyl.
The defense may now call forth the next witness. Mr. Wright, you realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, the trial's as good as over.
The defense calls. Time's probably come to bring out the real murderer. Okay. Damon Gauntz. The defense calls Damon Gauntz to the stand.
Damon Gauntz? What does he have anything to do with anything?
As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gunn has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I guess I would hear what he has to say about it.
As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? True. All right, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gaunt to the stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
What is this? Some kind of practical joke?
I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir.
Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation.
So, you want to play hardball, eh? Oh, please, Mr. Guns.
Fine, my name is David Gunt. I'm the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief Gunt, the court requests to hear your testimony.
Oh, righto! What's with the grim face?
First, let's clear up this SL9 incident.
Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor?
Sorry, Chad, I had to check a notification.
Oh, personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already.
There are still some things unaccounted for.
Oh, like what?
Like the role you played in all this. Gumshoe, the judge is 60 years old, teacher who's glad the kids are having fun, but doesn't quite understand, so the 19-year-old kinda just walks him through it. Yeah, pretty much. I like this daycare theory.
Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You are aware, of course, what a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons?
Sure, take my testimony for example. I'm not forgiven if I don't want to. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Oh, don't worry! I'm not here to end your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well, the witness may now begin his testimony. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. The power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Is that when Dark was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. When Emma sent me a flat, it seems Dark bumped his head.
Shotgun Runner, why? Why'd you redeem that? Oh my gosh. That's what you want. Thank you for that happy birthday. I really appreciate it. But here's your thing. There you go. I hope you're happy.
Hope you're happy.
Hope it was worth the 300 points. A birthday sin? Yes. I know, I'm gonna apologize, but I'm compelled to. Anything that is the channel point routine I have to do no matter what. So, you know. That was a more involved RR than I said. I don't do things halfway. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it right. In the next 365 days, be good to you. Thank you. Oh, thank you for following. All right. Oh my gosh, that is a very long and hard to read name. Thank you for following. All right, so well, okay then. All right, well, okay then. Yes, there you go. Thank you for following. How are you? How are you today? Thank you for the birthday wishes.
I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut.
Police chief has the right to refuse to testify. I better hit him hard and fast. Make long story short, we slipped up. Power outage didn't help either. Let's press him on this. So the two of you ran immediately after him, right?
Well, that's right, but Dark made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. So I guess you could say he got lucky. What's this about a power outage? Oh, that's the elevator stopped all of a sudden, and I got a shock of my life.
What? But that contradicts what you just said. Dude, just got done with the quiz. Oh, what kind of quiz was it? I hope it went well. I'm surprised that class is already doing quizzes already. Didn't class just start for you?
The elevator stopped and all of a sudden, and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when that knife went into his heart, though.
It's not funny. Hit him hard and fast, like what happened to Neil Marshall. Can you tell us what you saw?
It was a shocking sight.
Yeah, and my gosh, what happened to Neil Marshall was kind of insane. It was pretty gruesome.
Neil and the serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together. Dark
was also lying collapsed on the floor.
Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls.
Anna and Emma. There's a theater one for college. It's long but a good grade. Oh my gosh! You're a theater college kid? That's so cool! My college isn't currently doing theater classes, but they are going to in the next 2 years? Next year or something? I'm not sure. So that'll be exciting. Unfortunately, I just haven't been able to take any theater classes here. What kind of theater are you into? Like stand-up or like what was it? What's the one called where improv. Are you into improv or like more like fully rehearsed scenes or what? I'm gonna sing you Shadow for rating with a party of 2. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it so much. How are you? How was your stream? What were you streaming?
Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done.
Welcome to the Ace Attorney Daycare. How can I help you? Stream Raiders and Destiny 2. Oh, alright, you play Destiny 2 a lot. Right. Oh, you're a software engineer major, but this class has been so fun so far. You're a software engineer major? I'm an engineering major too, alright. That's so cool. Thank you for wishing me a happy birthday, Wolf. And by the way, to all the new people, I go by Bard or Bardy. I use any pronouns whatsoever. I'm a voice actor who likes to play games, so it helps me show it off a little bit. And yeah, that's me. I am a bard from a fantastical world who is able to stream into your world through a little tiny portal. Unfortunately, not big enough for me to go through, but big enough for a computer cable to go through.
Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery.
Thank you for wishing me a happy birthday, Saga! Now for the foods and sleep, good night, Shadow! Hope you have a good rest.
How can you know that? Because of the victim's body, it had already been moved. So that means he found the body near Lana's desk. That's right. I think you said earlier it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor.
Yes.
Anyway, because he had nothing to do with the forgery.
Have fun in chat. Also, have fun straight in chat. So, hydrate or dehydrate? I am hydrating. You can't see it, but I'm holding a Gatorade. So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt, but moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstance.
Is that how it really went down?
Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, you'd better off staring at the court record. Worthy, always a smooth talker.
Which piece of evidence ties Gant to this forgery? Oh, Lana did admit to the forgery evidence, but it can't be the whole thing. Somehow I've got to link Gant to this incident. I can live with that. Hydrate or die! Glacier freeze. Quick, what's the best Gatorade? I like the orange one the most. Orange one's my favorite. Let's see, I think I gotta find something in the court record. And I think it's gotta be on this one, so let's present here. Bum, 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 bum. Oh my gosh, Saga, we're falling! Saga! Were you not following me yet? You aren't following me yet, Saga. Oh wait, no, you were subscribed! Oh my gosh, never mind, I take it back. Thank you for subscribing. My bad. I'm sorry, I apologize. I misinterpreted. Thank you for subscribing, oh my gosh. Thank you for using your 1 Prime of the Month your little old bard. Listen, the follow and the subscribe noises are similar, okay? Okay, and I'm dumb, and I need glasses, and I'm a kapooty pooty pants. Dun 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 dun. Evidence list, baby? I can see it being the evidence list. Yes, I'm going to allow that auto mod. That is an okay message to say. I'm hyper? This is also true, I am quite hyper. Yeah, added permitted term, you're not dumb. Because apparently Automod didn't like that. Let's see, I think I need to... Yeah, I think I need to present the evidence list. This is why I don't give kids daycare Gatorade, pretty much. Automod has a sniper rifle trained on all of us. Yes, except for me, because Automod loves me. Automod, you were doing your job. Thank you, Automod. Automod's rollouts. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. You left the funny red dot on my forehead? What? Oh, I get it. Yeah, don't worry about that funny little red dot on your forehead. It's, you know, it's like a laser pointer. You know, it's gonna be fun. We're trying to attract cats to you. I'm sure you like cats. Please, Automod. I just want to see my family. Please, just a picture, so I know they're all right. Please, Automod.
No, you'll get no pictures of your family. Nothing for you. You will stay silent.
Riley found out his entire chat is secretly cats. Talking up, boys. Hey, I mean, my name is Stray, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of my followers were cats. Back it up, boys. Gigs up.
Explain yourself.
Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this list, for example.
Well, that's the list of a guy drew a picture on.
This was discovered in your desk. Not only that, but a piece of this jar that was sitting in your office was found inside your safe.
It was found where?
You see, Chief Gauntz, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you are. Oh, but this is what we need the evidence law for. Because this is illegally obtained evidence, thus meaning that we cannot submit it to court. That you've played a part in the illegal investigation.
Chief Gauntz, what's the meaning of this? Oh! Here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy!
So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery?
Who, me? Or do you mean you?
Me? Why would I have anything to do with that?
Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can't do so too. Isn't that right, Rhino? However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment.
Please, whatever you do, do not clip that out of context. I beg of you. What? That Detective Gumshoe's salary is dropped any further, he'll end up paying to work. That's right, Gaunt. That's right, Gaunt. We broke in and entered into not only your office, but your personal safe and found you did a stinky. Sus! Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of begging to be, like, poo-pooed on. Or however the kids say it. You want to physically fight David Gaunt? I feel like you would lose. David Gaunt's a pretty buff guy.
Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office, and the relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My, kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together.
Now, give me a poll. What are you gonna do with a poll?
Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any other way.
He's pretty jacked, but someone has to. Yeah, you're right. Someone does have to. All right, Shotgun, you got it.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences.
The check consists of pretty buff cats. Oh, you're right. I forgot you guys were all buff cats. Even though Gaunt seems to be the only one besides Edgeworth to even glance at a law book, gotta give him that. Yeah, surprisingly, only Gaunt and maybe Edgeworth glance at law books.
Indeed, I believe I will press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. All right, Udgy, in return, though, I know, that place, right?
What are these guys, telepathic? Evidence in forgery! Oh, you could have planned that in my office.
Ruh-roh!
Raggy!
Ruh-roh!
That place, yes. I'd appreciate it if you stopped making these ridiculous accusations.
Yes, you do have good points. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that.
What? Have you know, back in the day, I once... Why are you admitting this? I was broken into a cattle ranch and tipped...
Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're going to need it later. Later? Well, what are you talking about? What else? I'm talking about when Reno's prints are found. Yes, they're found inside my safe. They would prove his investigation was illegal.
I've never been faced anyone as slimy as this guy.
Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered.
What do you mean by that?
It's all purely hypothetical, of course, but suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery.
God, he's just trolling at this point. I'm liking him more now. Really? Mid on him. It's a maybe here, maybe there. Who knows? Who knows? I like his character because he's actually like smart, which you know none of the other characters in this game are. But he's also evil. So like, you know, smart but evil. You know, like you give and take. Concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery.
I'm not through speaking yet, Righto. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. If they're found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless.
Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation?
It would appear not. After all, it was listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was sentenced.
Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient? I have a feeling that I always want to... Oh, that's a fighting thing. Yes, you always want to deck him. As in, fight him. Gotcha. Again, convinced that Gun is just an older brother who showed up to troll kind of fast sticking to the game. Honestly, no. To be fair, Gun's kind of sticking to the game more than anyone else is. Right. The Chief is talking about possibilities, so long as you can't rule it out. He remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Excuse me? Tell me something I don't know. Come now, Raito. Think about it. There's no reason I participate in forgery. How can you look at me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. Remember, who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here, but in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise wasn't Miss Scott. Well, now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Really, Chief Goss? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all this. Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police. Oh, the resolution of the SL9 is the security or promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. Oh, Merry Christmas! Oh, that's a good one. Oh, do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. Resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway. Yeah. Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people to look out for: me, myself, and I. There, it's out in the open now. Aoji, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? Please, do so. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. Nothing in it for you. Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? I think I felt sorry for her. You'd better think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. Saga, how many times have you said sus? I'm gonna look at your chat history. Let's see, that's 1. That's 2. There, okay, only 2 times. But I feel like I've seen you say it a lot. God leads to the villain role. He does! You know, he's like a father figure up until the point where we realize he's a villain. So someone breaking Steve. You know what, Shotgun, if you want to, you can. Be my guest. Come up over here. Come up to my house, then jump through my TV screen, into the game, and then go punch him in the teeth. Be my guest. Seem to be lax enough to yourself, though. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas! Oh, that's a good one, Worthy. Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? Point out accomplice! True, you might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean. Very well then, who is this person you believe Chief Gantz may have helped forge evidence? I mean, isn't it Lana Sky? It's not Lana Sky?
Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky, the defendants?
I believe it's quite obvious in the light of the circumstances. Emma Sky fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister Lana? As for Chief Gauntz, he would have also to have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. The reason, of course, is self-profit.
Self-profit, what do you mean?
After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Sky was appointed Chief Prosecutor at the Prosecutor's Office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gauntz.
But how would he profit from all of this? He would be able to use the Chief Prosecutor as his puppets. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations.
Again, I'm kind of brain dead, but why are they redoing a 2-year-old case? Because that case is important for this case, because it involves all the same people, and people died then that are that important now, and the reason this case currently happened is because the old case happens. Stuff like that. Chief Gauntz is who we think, as the player thinks, is the one who killed the current victim. And we have to prove that by going back 2 years to show why he was involved in the previous case. To show that he had cause or motive. Saga's right, they tie info together at this point.
Do you mean to tell me that despite the Chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets?
BRB will ponder, okay! See you soon!
Oh wait, you must mean puppet as in something I pressed a button! I accidentally pressed a button!
Thank you, Maddie, for the birthday wishes!
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much! That means so much! Thank you, thank you! That just fills my heart with so much joy, thank you. With a pride flag too, yes, thank you! Thank you, thank you! Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Sky in forging evidence. Oh, you're okay, now I gotta go to think for the next several hours. Okay, bye. Thank you for coming. I hope you have a good time, and you'll always are welcome here. Oh my gosh, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub. Thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Nightbot. Why? I didn't even know it was possible. Thank you so much, Maddie, for doing that. Yeah, go have yourself a good think or whatever you want to do. Nightbot does need leave too, I guess. I don't know. Maddie, do you and Nightbot need a room or something? I could give you guys a room. Hey. You assisted Lana Sky in forging evidence. Your motive, to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her.
Alright, so my boy, you have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something.
What?
Do you have any proof of this, that I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing?
Lana, she's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against God. Why did she keep it quiet to protect Emma? Emma's already been admitted to be a murderer. She doesn't have to protect her anymore.
I'm afraid without any proof, this is all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless that's also what happened in this instance. This incident? Which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Worthy, you'd better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean?
What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gunn is involved in the murder, is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Sussy man, it's all about Sussy man. Where can I find the imposter? Oh yeah, it's all about that Sussy man. That's what I'm getting from that message, Saga. I hope you appreciated my terrible, terrible singing. Not only that, but the chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvements. Whoa! What? Gans is a very sussy baka.
Order! Order! I said order! Mr. Rice, you can't be serious.
Huh?
This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder, that's impossible.
Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier to understand language.
It's too late, Mr. Rice. There's no turning back for us now.
Looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this.
Can you prove this, Mr. Rice? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder?
Good question.
Huh. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gaunt is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell.
He's not just serious, he's right! Oh my gosh, guys, he's right! He's not wrong, he's right! God, it's a very sussy baka. Wait! Enhance! Enhance! Where is it? Enhance! Look, is that? I don't know, I can't figure out what. Look at its cross. Look at its little necktie. Is that? It's red. It has a little plate at the front of it. Is this an Among Us? No. I like how Edward isn't even trying to convict anyone anymore and it's just going for Gaunt. Kinda, yeah, but that's because they pretty much know it's him.
Oh, I see. All right, then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. Show us the evidence that ties Chief Gaunt to the murder of Detective Goodman.
I don't know. Ah! This one, probably?
This is the ID card list.
Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There's one ID card on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 7777777.
Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that that's my ID, that's my card number.
It's your number.
What? How do you know that?
The safe in the Chief Gaunt's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code.
7 digits? You don't mean?
I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7777777. Same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gaunt, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Imagine you could just use a different, completely random code. We would have nothing against him. Because, like, we wouldn't be able to figure out the password or his ID number.
Order, order! Chief Gaunt, what do you seem to say? Nothing. An offense search of my office was in violation of regulations. And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. Well, right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Chief God, so you admit it. You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. What about it? I'm chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, that's the difference. I can go anywhere I want. Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room.
Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you any that day, would he?
Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days.
You hadn't seen him in days, Chief Gauntz. I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to leave. You had to have met with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine this guy's guilt.
No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth.
If Chief Gauntz met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing.
What transpired during that meeting?
In that case, Mr. Rice, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gauntz on the day of the crime.
Probably the... Probably the... I'm gonna say the... This? Can only be submitted to the Chief of Police! Yeah! Goodman lost his ID card on that day of the crime.
Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it.
So, Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. He would have had to give that report to the Chief of Police.
Yes, you are in possession of the reports, which means he can't be sure if he filed it.
He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day.
He needed to?
Yes, to transfer the evidence out.
Oh!
So Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gauntz. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room.
I accompanied him?
There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room.
Oh, hold on, let me guess what you were going to say next.
The Chief of Police murdered poor Goodman. Exactly.
But wait! Chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes, now that you mention it, I believe I might have done just something of the sorts. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. No.
Whoa! New animation! New pose for him!
Chief Gauntz, you did this!
The murderer was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose a police department as a place to commit murder. As a murderer, you contacted Lena at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course.
You're forgetting, Mr. Wrights.
Goodman's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot.
How did you manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony.
Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the Chief of Police. You have an entire police force at your disposal.
Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office.
I don't think. Oh my gosh. It was the Blue Badger. It was the Blue Badger. He hit it along with the Blue Badger.
Hey, you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so.
Chief Gunn,
He left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time, I just thought it was something a useless clue. It was just a useless clue just taking space. Blue corpse badger, exactly! How could the chief move the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gun used this. I think it's this? Well? Oh, I see. Maybe I'll use this later to move your dead body, Mr. Wright. Huh? Oh, I was wrong. It wasn't the Blue Badger, sad. Wait, that's a valid Black Rock shooter name? Oh my gosh. Blue Corpse Badger! Wait, in the middle of dumb conversation, if I don't get back, a very happy birthday to you. Okay, thank you, Blaster! Hope your dumb conversation ends soon. And I'll help you dispose of it. Got stay at the PhD and London stayed at the prosecutor's office. There's only one possible way he could have moved the body. The only problem is, how did he get him to do it? And a piece of evidence really did have something to do with this case. I'll see you again, Mr. Wright. How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief can't use this. Maybe I should read it. Okay. That's an ID card. No. A record of parking. Well, a record of parking in the prosecutor's office lot. Entered lot at 5:12 p.m. He wasn't at the prosecutor's parking lot. It was the detective. You don't remember this case very well? That's okay. I don't really want any hints. I mean, maybe sometimes if I ask for them, but not for right now. This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body. Parking stop, Miles Edgeworth. You mean? The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. And I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. You mean I carried the victim's body? Precisely so. But wait, even you know. I didn't plan on returning to my office. I had a ceremony to finish that day. But you did return. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. I'm gonna look. Is there a Tell me why Ace Attorney. I'm sure it is. I think I've seen it. Oh well. I just wanted to remember the answer myself. Understandable. It was because you were asked to get the something. This one. Ah! I was asked to go by Chief Gunnets, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Yep, always trunk your check, Edge Boy. That's yep, 100% meant to say that. Always trunk your check. Don't check your trunk your check. Dade damage. Brick, I have Bane. I have Dane damage. So you see,
What you were really taking to the prosecutor's office wasn't the screwdriver, but the victim's body in your trunk.
Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edwards' car.
Oh gosh, I've run out of my liquid and my voice is dying. But I shall pursue. I shall keep going. Yes, unless of course you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edwards to transport evidence from a closed case? Where Miles is going to have to check his trunk every time he goes out for a drive. Exactly. I mean, do you not? Shotgun, do you not? I definitely do. What about you, Darth Chad? Do you guys check your trunk? I check my trunk every single time I get out of the car. There's only one plausible explanation. Transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Sky. I don't have a car. Take that! You know, fair enough. You just have to check the trunk of your bike. Or, oh my gosh, Shotgun, I think there's a dead body in your back pocket.
Order, order, order! What's going on here? There's no room for rebuttal to defense outrageous accusations.
Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This is not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It's exactly the opposite. This is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk.
Chief Gaunt, please say something.
That's not mine. Someone put it there. No, I'm pretty sure it's yours. It's in your back pocket. How else would it get there? How could someone have put an entire dead body in your back pocket without you noticing? Tell me that. Oh, I'm sorry. Someone told you to lend you their shorts for a while, and you're like, oh, okay, sure. You gave them your shorts, and then you took them back. You're like, huh, these shorts are a little heavier than normal, but oh well, I'll go on along with my day. What's that smell? I don't know. Never mind. I'm just probably need to put on some deodorant. Really? You the entire dead body in your back pocket, Shotgun? You didn't notice? That's a little sus.
I believe your time's up. My time's up! Sorry, Reto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. I have to get going if we're to make it in time for the early bird special.
But the cross-examination isn't finished yet.
Remember what I told you earlier? Police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons?
I have the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? This is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. So you're just going to run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now.
Well, I think I had law disposal of the body.
If so, then show me your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Stephen Gunt is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof.
Lie, these aren't my pants. I borrowed these. Gant's brother, everyone has the right to not testify. Then again, this is Japanifornia. Is this game set in California-esque Japanifornia? I thought it was just Japan. Your Honor?
Any concrete proof. Proof that Chief Guns murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Sky dispose of his body.
Any concrete proof? Present evidence! You can't just let him squirm his way out of this. I've got to keep the pressure on. Yes, Your Honor, I do have such evidence.
Then please hurry up and present it. Just remember, let it prove Damon Guns murdered Detective Goodman beyond a shadow of a doubt. Hmm. Hmm.
I really want it to be Blue Badger. But it's probably not. Hello! Hello, Madrilla. Nice to meet you! I am Bart, or Barty is fine too. I use any pronouns. And I am a voice actor who likes to do voice acting games, such as Ace Attorney, that can help me to play various roles. Right now, I'm a little stuck on what evidence to present. But how are you? How are you? No. Could be this. Could be the no. It could be this. What is this piece of cloth from? This? No. Hmm. 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 I guess I don't have proof yet. I'm doing wonderful. I found you through Ryuk's. Oh! Oh, you're Ryu's follower. Yes, Ryu is a good friend of mine. Hello, hello. Your Honor,
We have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gartz murdered Detective Goodwin and made Miss Sky source of his body.
yeah, I really liked the art stream I did with Ryu the other day. That was a really fun stream. Yeah, thank you for saying hi. I'm glad you did. It's nice to meet you. It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence.
Siyaji? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief.
What?
Here's a tip, never gamble what you can afford to lose, Righto. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Aji, I'll leave the rest to you. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency.
Ah!
Lady Luck, maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean? This one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't even yet had the honor of hearing her testimony.
A lady who knows the truth. Another witness.
In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony.
Chief Khan has invoked his right to refuse to testify.
This was someone else, one more witness who can answer all the questions.
Flip phones. Thank you, Edgeworth. What are you thinking? Oh yeah, Edgeworth is the GOAT.
Right in this trial, someone writes in this very room. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person? Why are you asking me, Your Honor?
Oh, one moment, chats.
Asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witness today. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist?
She may not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth... Llama Sky!
The defense, Miss Lana Sky! Miss Lana Sky!
She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task to dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with a certain someone's orders.
Mr. Edgeworth? Prosecution has no objections, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Jack, I keep getting texts! Ah!
Very well, the court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony.
Hold on!
Oh? Chief Guns, I thought you were going to eat. Oh, listen good, Lana.
He's talking to Llama.
I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. That's right, your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder.
I love how Nightbot is now subbed to me because of what happened earlier today. That is just hilarious. This isn't good.
Of course, you never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Well, just something to think about. Alright then. I've got a lunch date to meet.
You can see he's sweating because he's nervous.
Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess.
I'm really hoping to finish this game today. Please let it be so. February 25th, 2:04 p.m. District Court's Defendant's Lobby number 2.
Looks like we managed to stay in the game.
Yeah, thanks for your help, Edgeworth.
Chief, he's something else there, pals.
Detective Gumshoe?
I'm not a detective anymore.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
Don't worry, I've already decided where to work now. At your office.
My office?
Sure, I'll take the place that top-knotted girl you used to work with.
What do you mean? Maya?
Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Hitchcock's done it again. I almost said he always gets the upper hands.
It's not fair. He has the right to refuse to testify.
Humph. Settle down, right? Remember what the judge said? But Chief, that is not the right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
Risks? What do you mean by that?
It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true.
You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Emma, are you okay?
Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery.
So she heard everything that's been going on? Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before.
No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved.
Relieved?
Yeah, now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by the terrible man. And she did it all just to protect me.
Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she had changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief God's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside, to force herself to do anything and everything the Chief told her to do. Must be why she became so cold.
It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall.
Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal.
Chief God may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor.
I see.
Well, we better get back. It's time for the final acts.
Emma, why don't you wait here? No, I'm going with you. I want to be there. When Lana tells the truth.
Let's go, right? It's time to end this.
To be continued, to be continued, to be continued, to be continued. Yes, I will save my progress. I will save it here. I will save it right up there. February 25th, 10:21 p.m. District Courts, courtroom number 9.
You know, interesting fact, by the way. Interesting fact. Earlier, when it was like 12:30 and it said like District Court 12:30 or something like that. It only said 12:30. It didn't say AM or PM. And this is an important note because this game was originally made in Japan, and Japan uses 24-hour time. And oh, thank you, Shotgun, for saying happy birthday. Wait, oh, I have to go cook food. Hope you have a good rest. Oh, okay, bye. Sorry, miss you leaving. But anyway, the thing, Japan has a 24-hour time, so they don't put AM and PM in front of their times. But instead of saying 14:30 p.m. or 14:23 p.m., or instead of saying 14:23, they translated it to be 2:23 p.m. for us Americans. But they didn't put PM in front of the 12 earlier because they didn't think about it, right? The translators didn't think about it.
Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, please take the steps? Miss Lana Sky, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you.
But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years.
Please provide to the courts with your testimony, Miss Sky. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth.
Of course, the truth.
Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister.
Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gauntz.
Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gauntz. Gauntz in the fabrication. I worked alongside Gauntz for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Bow, 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 bow.
Are you sure about this testimony?
Your Honor, I'm confessing to the capital offense. Of course I'm sure.
But Lana!
If this is true, then that means Chief Gun has nothing to do with this.
Well, that's what I've been telling you from the beginning.
Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me.
But what if she's telling the truth?
She's not. I know my own sister.
When she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding some things inside.
Deep down, she's really screaming in agony.
Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself.
The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Gauntz in the fabrication. I worked alongside Gauntz for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. This one. So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright?
Emma didn't do it. Period.
You're so desperate to hide that fact. You're willing to risk the death sentence.
She's lying! She did it, so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened.
In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable.
There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. That's right, my sister's lying. She's determined to break the deal, blah, 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 blah.
How many years exactly?
Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, it was 24 then, so that would be 5 years.
Detective Gaunt and Detective Sky were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases.
She must have been good, coming from the same school as Mia. David Gaunt was a respectable detective, that's why. There's no truth in this blackmail theory. But think about it, Miss Sky. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wrights? Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And I remember the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. Huh? I'm 16 here. How's it going? How's it going?
Did you do so to help your sister?
Joe Jack was a serial killer time. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want the incident to ruin her life. But what she did was just justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. How about you? How's your streaming? It's been actually really, really great. I've had a lot of new friends come in. It's been wonderful. Lana.
So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago.
You said you did this all by yourself?
Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene?
I was the first person to discover the scene. American prosecutor Wood was knife stuck in the victim's body. Oh, there's the contradiction. There's the contradiction. What? Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Criticize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement.
You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark?
Something like that.
That is so. What happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife.
Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It probably knocked away in the struggle.
It's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies.
I'll just protect me.
So, when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to.
Yes. I broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted it inside the wound, and moved the body. You planted the tip of the...
And then you moved the body.
But why?
Why would you do that?
You of all people should know, Edgeworth. I've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of others. Why did you plant the knife? I'm gonna say move the body.
You showed up on the scene. Where exactly was the victim's body?
It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gaunt's desk.
But a body was found by your desk.
Why did you move it there? Is it for that it's simple?
Well, let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason why Miss Sky moved the body.
Mrs. Bajar that shouted during the evidence started my plan. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Mr. Wright! Mr. Wright! My sister's lying! Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. Gotta get Lana to talk more. She's lying that she's bound to slip and making the contradiction.
So blah, 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 blah. It's the last one. Okay, I should have chosen the other option. Dad. But why did you do that? Come now, Mr. Wright, even you should be able to figure that out. Very well, let's have this to witness testimony. This guy fabricated the knife. And it's him with the weapon we found buried in his body would be all the proof we needed. My motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with him. Okay. You planted the No, that's not. Okay, let's try this then. Pieces of the jar, you mean? Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed that crime, it felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was already. Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happens. Neil Marshall was dead and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during the struggle. I see. What's the matter, Emma? Apparently, jar shattered at the time the crime was committed, but I have a feeling there's more to it than that. There must be a contradiction here somewhere. Okay. Let's see. Was it this? What was it? What is it? Yeah, I think maybe presenting the unstable jar? This guy, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If that truth were to be exposed, now the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I'm compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. A contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events start my plan." That's right.
Do you have a problem with that?
Simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on the jar in the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have written in his final moments. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not have been broken before he died. Ah. He couldn't have written Emma's name on the shattered jar.
Order!
Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which you are headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth.
Very well, the witness may now continue her testimony.
I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. But it was dark in the room and I didn't want to have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. But why?
You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood?
He wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. Shouldn't think Dark was the real murderer.
That's why she tried to erase the real evidence.
Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination.
No. So the jar was already broken. The miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier.
Then it looks as feeble as the defense's case.
But not as feeble as the judge's judgment.
You are an ace detective who never missed the details, so you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces. Normally, I would have. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out.
So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar?
No, if I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust.
Well, that helps my case.
Well, Lana, why'd you do that for me? It seems you two might make up yet. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the bodies as it was.
If someone had happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry.
I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came.
This is rather shocking.
So I wiped away the blood.
I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happens.
What do you mean?
If you really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall, he wouldn't have wiped away the blood.
What else could I have done in that situation? Lana, I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. Birds were large, so I'm sure I got them all.
But how could you have seen the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office.
Detectives always prepared, Mr. Rice, so even now I always carry a pocket light with a camera with me.
Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go.
I never missed anything. I got every last piece. The about was wiping them clean before they were discovered.
So you illegally rearranged the crime scene?
Yes, I don't have any excuse for my actions.
I'm sorry, Lana, but I don't know.
I've treated you so badly all this time.
It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. How we've gotten to the bottom of this incident.
No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecutor's office.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for following! Bardsman VT! Hello, fellow Bard! How are you? I go by Bard or Bard is fine too. I use any pronouns and I'm a voice actor who does games like this where I can showcase my voice acting. Nice to meet you. Happy birthday! Thank you for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. How are you as a fellow Bard?
Our contradictions have surfaced in her testimony.
Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I finally figured out the contradiction in her testimony. It's one final possibility that might turn everything around. Yes, happy birthday! God, I'm so bad at keeping up with everything. It's okay, Threadix. It's okay, it's okay. No need to worry. I've been following you on TikTok for all you have, right? Oh, right, we talked on TikTok. I think we chatted on TikTok. Yes, I believe so.
I merely noticed the blood traces on the jar. It was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. Birds were large, so I sure got them all. After I was wiping them clean before they were discovered.
Wait, So you didn't know your sister name? Okay. I definitely have to present something. I just don't know what I have to present. What? Hold on. What? Okay. One, two, three, four. Yes, I'm using a guide. Sue me! I only use it when I'm very lost and confused. Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? From the final piece of this jar in the chief found safe. In the chief's safe? But how? You knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it.
But the witnesses testified that she kept every last piece and wiped the blood off them.
Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up at the scene. Chief Gaunt got there before you.
But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece?
I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in the... Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that's... There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gaunt at the time he was looking for Dark downstairs besides, but...
The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide the fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that?
No! Wait, I'm not the one on trial here. Tim and Gaunt arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. They proceeded to break the jar. And purposely hid one of the broken pieces. Question. What is this action called?
Fabrication of evidence.
Why did Chief Gaunt do that?
In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear?
What happened afterwards?
Discovering the scene.
Discovering the scene, Lana Sky believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gaunt's aid. Lending her this aid, Gaunt helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. This is why Miss Sky became the Chief's puppet.
Ow! That looks like that hurts.
No, I did it on my own.
Please, sis, stop trying to protect the Chief. I can't watch you suffer any more for my sake.
No, you didn't. I wasn't you.
It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. If its attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client.
I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth.
Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gaunt's trap?
Is something wrong, Mr. Rice?
Lana, maybe right after all.
What do you mean, right?
So you do tell foul lies, Mr. Wright? Miss Sky, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking out over Mr. Marshall. Miss Sky, if you will. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Lee! Oh my gosh, you wanted me to... You want me to do this? Okay, I'll do it. Arla, Arla. Hope you're happy, Lee. Thank you for the birthday wishes.
I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will. You tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Alright, the witness may testify once more for the final time.
Actual crime scene. Hey, let's go! Yes, 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 let's go! When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on a pseudo armored sword, and went dark while lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. Chief Gaunt helped me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent.
Unbelievable! The body was impaled on the armored sword! You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning.
What? To me?
It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed.
But I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Well, I must have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have faith in you.
Alright, Mr. Wright, please present this picture.
I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana. Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right? You seem to remember getting something from her then. Let's check that evidence again. Hey, there's a picture here. Oh my! This is the actual crime scene.
No other detective saw the crime scene like this because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything.
This picture inserted into the court record. Mr. Wright! That piece cut out from his vest. Could that be?
The cloth we found inside Chief God's safe. What's this?
This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth, it had fingerprints on it. Whoever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer.
What? But those fingerprints, they're yours, Emma.
Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright?
Yeah, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murder. Very well, the defense may know. Begin its cross-examination.
When I arrived, oh my gosh.
Come now, Archie. This is the fourth excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Chief Gods? What now? You want what? Now you want me to take what? Now you want to take me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. I'm afraid it's too late for that.
What?
You already declined to testify. That means you have forfeited your right to make statements of any sorts.
This must be that risk we were talking about earlier.
Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sounds of the noose turning around your own neck. Huh, so what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. You mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't, but someone does. Someone? So, what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? So you do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death. Inclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubts. Is it true, Mr. Wright? If I should have a piece of evidence now, it should be made out of the murderer. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence presented now, and if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. But you now, I think of this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? One that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall. Show evidence! Yes, Your Honor. I do have further evidence. Oh. Alright. It's time to fight. Time's finally come to show it to them. I may have made the wrong choice. Those prints have got to be the Chief's. This conclusive evidence. It shows. I don't want to do it anymore. No, I can't show them that yet. Why not? You know which item to show. Mr. Wright, if you're not sure, then think it through again. How can you use the evidence to your advantage? I do now. I better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present the evidence? One that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. What? You lie! Chief Gauntz? You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. Conclusive evidence. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We've had it together. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gauntz? Can you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? Looks like a part of it's been cut out for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall right up. Well, I can't just let you pick me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? You're not allowed to give statements anymore. I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day, and then it did occur to me that I could use the surgery to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her? I knew Lana, if I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Sky. I wanted to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant a knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I had 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence. You need those items in your safe. But why? For insurance. Of course. Insurance? I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I was about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? Well, what do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See that jar fragment? I had the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood of all the pieces. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too? Ho ho ho! Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Rhino, cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? He does have a good point. We're trying to miss anything important or anything. Nope, not at all. Just the fact that we're about to,
I think this is the last testimony before this game is over. So you didn't miss anything. Nope, not at all. So you admit to it then, Chief Guts, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe.
Yes, I admit it. I didn't know what to have to do that, being chief and all. A lot better than being portrayed as the murderer.
The daycare's doing alright. We got a few bullies coming in here and there, but you know, we're putting them in timeout pretty soon.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? So a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, right, though? You should have known it then, before it was too late.
It's been a long battle, but the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here at the victory, the victory is mine. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now.
Alright, then let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut off this piece of the victim's vest.
It was me, declared the defense. Oh yes, at least you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to lab for analysis. Paper on the leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean...
Could not have been forged, it must be authentic. Conclusive evidence.
Ho ho ho! You're as slow on the outtake as ever, Worthy.
What?
Think about it, Rhino had all of this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? Crimson Lord!
Oh, the agony!
You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that?
Mr. Wright, do you really know?
Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Which are they?
Very well, I'll tell you. I'm in Spain without the S. I'm in Spain without the I. I'm in Spain. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person to whom these rumors belong to is...
Emma Sky.
What? They're mine. I'm sorry, Emma. But why? Why didn't you tell me?
Ho 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 ho! You're really something, Raito! You know this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me.
Thank you, Silver, for the happy birthday! I really appreciate it! I also hope I'm saying your name correctly, or it could also be S1 Liver, FOX15. But I'm gonna stick with Silver, because that's what seems most likely.
It's true, tragic but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death.
How could you monster?
Miss Sky?
You know who those fingerprints were all along. You acted like she really didn't. Miss Sky, it's not over yet. What? But how are you, Silver? How are you? Thank you for coming to my stream. What time is it for you, by the way? It's pretty late for me. Silver's great. You finally showed up on my For You page on TikTok after months, and I'm happy about it. Oh, yay. I'm really glad I showed up on your For You page. I was hoping that story would work. Yay, yay, yay. Wait, after months, did you notice me on your For You page before and you could never find me again? Is that what happened?
I said this trial isn't over yet.
Just got off from work. It's almost 10 p.m. for me. Ah, it's almost 11 for me. Yeah, no, I haven't actually been posting TikToks for a while. I should probably get back to that. I've just been kind of lazy and also kind of uninspired. But I will get back to it soon, I promise. I promise.
But I'm afraid it's over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. They purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Are you gonna tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer?
Before I do that, it's just one little thing I have to clear up.
Oh, and what's that?
Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall?
What?
Chief Gaunt, you are absolutely right. This glass proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask?
It was in the sky, wasn't it?
I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction.
What? A contradiction? What is this fool blabbing about?
Talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is.
Mr. Rice, this piece of cloth. What could it possibly contradicts?
You've got your tyrannical reign-ins here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. I know this.
And what exactly is this supposed to be?
The picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. Oh, you followed me when I had like 50 followers. Oh my gosh. Silver? Oh yeah, it's been on your For You page? Yeah, I haven't been posting TikToks for like the past month. But yeah. 50 followers. Wow, you joined in pretty early on then. Because I know for some reason, for some absolute wild reason, my first TikTok blew up. And I don't know why, but it did. So yeah, thank you for following pretty early on.
See where
the piece of his vest was cut?
Yes, it sure is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though.
Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, are punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth.
Oh, but that piece of cloth. Wait, there's no blood on it.
Since the fingerprints are on the cloth, there's no doubt that you shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. I see you are doing well. Yeah, don't worry. Thank you for coming. I don't know if you know this, but I don't remember how I introduced myself to you or not, but I am Bard or Bardy is fine too. I use any pronouns whatsoever, he, she, they, and even more. I do voice acting games on stream, so I'm happy that you're here.
No, this is nonsense.
Now then, Chief Gaunt, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside.
He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out.
If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armored sword?
Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecution's death, the person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood.
How competent does your Lodhorn have to be for someone to get stabbed and immediately killed on one of the decorations and just keep it around? This should have been a real... Yeah, they kind of should have done stuff. They should have done a lot more. So you so late for me, but I didn't hear what you said about the time for you because ads. Oh, I'm sorry about the ads. It is currently 11 p.m. for me. Hello, it is 11 p.m. or 10:47, but it's almost 11. Yeah, but Flash, this should be the real lawsuit. It really should be, but oh well.
Sure, they broke on purpose to leave behind a clue and make Lana believe her sister did it.
Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out the bloodless piece of the victim's vest? Yo, CST gang, yeah, I'm CST. It's 10:48 p.m. CST time. I live in the CST time zone. Can't expect that much for the take care students. No, not at all. You're an MSC. Oh, I've never heard that one before. It's usually CST, CDT, or like PDT,
P or something along those lines. I can't remember the exact letters. I've never heard M before. Cool! You personally cut out the bloodless piece of the victim's vest. It's because you're quite tired? Yeah, it's quite late at night. You read it as Martian space-time? Guys! It's Martian space-time! Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of paying insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. Yeah. It's finally all over. Oh, objection!
Oh, that was close, Ryder. You almost had me.
Now it's an hour behind you, so just one zone over towards the United States West Coast. Ah, okay. Never eat soggy walks. Okay, that way. 10 out of 10 breakdown. He really does have a great breakdown.
Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I repeat your allegations.
What do you mean you refute his allegations?
See, that piece of cloth is legal evidence.
But you yourself asked for it.
Order! What nonsense is this?
Legal evidence cannot be used to convict the suspects.
Remember, Reggie? Earlier, old Rhino here concealed that piece of cloth.
So then, what's your excuse, Raito? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you?
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this moment in time.
Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence.
At that moment, the piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence.
That's not fair!
Ho! Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like your last laughs on you, son.
I'm afraid Mr. God's claim is legally correct. Mr. Edgeworth, true, legal evidence cannot be used to convict a person, assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright?
Seems at last. Time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived.
Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? That you purposely and illegally concealed the piece of cloth?
I admit I refused to present it at one point.
Aha! So the evidence is...
No, it isn't, Mr. Gantz.
Oh!
It's not that I didn't present evidence then, it's that I couldn't.
What do you mean you couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved in presenting evidence.
No, Archie, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward you can't really believe.
Troll or be trolled, Gaunt? That is the question.
There's only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now.
Present. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law.
What's this?
Yeah, it was a kid's book class. Good call. I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Miss Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more.
What?
You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law.
Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
I have this piece of evidence myself inside your safe. Goes without saying I did not have approval from the police department.
Rule number 2, understood evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SO9 incident.
What? What kind of nonsense is this? What relevancy? Just take a look at this picture and...
Sorry, but can you recall what the picture was? Recall when was the picture presented?
That was shown only a few moments ago.
Points and crayon? As you can see on page 5 of the coloring book.
No! He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, my piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gantz. You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Oh, yes!
I rest my case, Your Honor! Coral Blue number 5!
No! It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth.
The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gantz, the killer was you.
I knew I should have gotten rid of him. A good for nothing scum. For 2 years, he's been snooping around in the apartments trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insists on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. Hypocrite Angel Starr then convinced Bruce Goodman.
Detective Goodman?
Yeah, that's right.
If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. He can rest in the house on no more calls.
Goodman turned him down as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit.
He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence.
Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. Then I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation?
Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered.
He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said,
It's not too late. I'm going to go hand all this over to Marshall.
well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's what I saw. It's the accursed knife. I could have just pulled it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't even realize my fatal mistake.
The bloody handprints. The bloody handprint on the Detective Gumshoe's locker.
It's to be known as the crime computer. Everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will.
Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how could you get Miss Sky involved in all this?
Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So, you took the evidence from the Detective Goodman's locker. I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take.
So, you left the jar of fragments in the glove. You think you preemptively celebrate? No, we're over. This is just the villain's last words. Oh yeah, no, he's not technically confirmed guilty yet, but whatever.
It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. Investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way, but I've got to hand it to them.
They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me were the thing. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Udgy. Let's. Looks like we'll have to cancel the lunch dates. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Demon Guts. We're the same, you and I. Getting pretty big Metal Gear Rising vibes.
I have never played that game before. I do not know what you mean. Saga, sussy man once again. He is the sussy man. A sussy bugger.
I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to others of the Force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Aji. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Reto here. And Worthy, with these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning.
Bow, bow, bow. There are only two things I want you to understand.
Yes?
First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Demon Gaunt's betrayed you from the beginning. See, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial's over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years, from the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up until today.
So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered.
I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you just might make it to the top. Aww, she smiled! She hasn't done that yet. I'm glad she smiled. Highly my thanks, Mr. Wright. Sky.
And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
You did every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you.
It was nothing.
Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you, and yet you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Stop it. I only did my job. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order of all of us. Miss Sky.
Yes, Your Honor?
You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as an accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Is there something amusing about all this? Why are you smiling?
It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. But,
Well, the trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Sky, not guilty.
Yay! We did it! We did it! We did it! Yeah!
That is all. The court is adjourned.
February 25th, 5:03 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. At long last, it's finally over. Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister got completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Still, after the trial ended... I see why Mia Faith thought so highly of you. I need my thanks, Mr. Wright. It's you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
He suffered every bit as much as I have. We just saw this.
You know, I did my best too, but Lana didn't say a single word to me.
Oh, I'm not interrupting anything, pals.
I'm not crying, you are. Good. Cry. It's a sad story, you should cry.
Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it?
You're just on purpose, aren't you? Making the detective run all around while on duty. And stop it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm not kidding.
Oh, are you here because of my sister again? Me and Luna would have been so good together. They would have! Because they're basically the same person.
Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal.
Me?
That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone.
Lana! Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know.
Well, I won't tell if you won't.
Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago. It was the first time in my life I had ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in this mess. Gumshoe, you amazing boys! Gumshoe's the best, what's the word? Hembo? Sis. I asked God to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I saw I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could break it through those past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis, I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. And I'm so sorry. But sis, you didn't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I just knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Oh, Emma. Ba-da-ba-da-da-da-bum. Aww. We can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. How must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it's from there that we can move on towards a brighter future. At least, that's what I felt, watching the two sisters make up. So right, so Mr. Gumshoe.
Me?
Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet someday. We'll meet again someday. Is that right, Edgeworth? Well, now jail time. Yeah, exactly. She's going to jail next. Edgeworth, stop hiding and come over here. Where was he hiding?
I just came to say congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Right, well, I'll be going now.
Edgeworth is the best tsundere ever. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realized today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth? Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Count was right. I drew this Charlie teenager who didn't want to admit he was having fun. Exactly!
You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone.
I do despise criminals. I planned to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I needed a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gaunt did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Stim Gaunt and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. He said, in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you're able to present evidence that otherwise wouldn't have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, yeah. What is this, a pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lung's talking about. Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. Ba-da-da-da. That's the picture I drew! Counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list and I had the other. A part we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. But this didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's time for me to go.
Mr. Edgeworth.
You'll excuse me, there's still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor.
Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, you can let what happens kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you.
I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem.
Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court.
Farewell.
He's putting the edge in Edgeworth. He needs to feel his feelings. I know you corrected yourself, Saga, but I don't care. It's gonna be feelings. I'd rather be going too. Okay, but I'll be back to visit him. It seems we both have to do lots to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. No, stream. Thank you everyone for coming. I'm Bard, or Bardy, it's fine too. I use any pronouns, and I like to do voice acting stuff. So, you know, like this is the game that's perfect to showcase voice acting. So there's my birthday on 2020 today. Hello, all your vampires. Thank you very much for rating, Bunsen. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it a lot. How was your stream? How was the singing going? Did you ever manage to hit the right notes? Hello, Genuinely. I think I'm saying that right, hopefully. Bunsen Berry is quite the name. Yeah, but it's a cool name. She's my favorite Bunsen burner. The struggle but it was fun. Nice! I'm glad that you finally managed to do it then. Vampire Ray, thank you for the raid. Oh my god, thank you for following, Yoja Cat. Hello, hello. Yeah, you're my favorite Bunsen burner, Bunsen Berry. Jenna Genuinely. Okay, cool. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Yoja. Well, sorry, Jenna. Jenna, thank you so much. I really appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. Here's this little something for you.
A scientific investigation?
Oh, really? I didn't know. You didn't know, Bunsen? I discovered how to pronounce one of your chatter's names first before you? Ha! Get wrecked! I'm gonna lie, that's also a great one. My midnight brain just didn't process. Neither did I. Jenna, and I cannot say your name. I'm so sorry, Jenna. Jenna. It's like a tongue twister. Word puns was my name. Exactly. It's the book the first book I ever bought. Study it well.
Thanks, sis, I will.
Jinna Yuan Lee. Oh! Jinna Yuan Lee. Okay, cool, thank you. That helps. And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I start on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go checking out just yet, pal. Huh? Oh, what is it, detective? Oh, there's just a little matter to be solved about the chief prosecutor. You like hearing streamers say it for the first time? Well, I said it incredibly wrong. Jinna Yuan Lee, okay. I got it! I will remember it in my brain space. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective! I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, you see, this right here is the one who will be footing the bill. Huh? What, you think I can afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh?
Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best.
Oh, why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go. And that was the game. Well, I don't want to end stream now. Because I just got rated, but also I have to wake up in 7 hours. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to end stream here. I am so sorry, Raiders, for having to leave so suddenly after you just came. I am so sorry. I have to go to sleep now. I have to wake up in 7 hours. I love you all so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you all for the wishes of the happy birthday. I'm gonna go find someone even better to raid. Someone better than me. We'll see who's there. Who is live? Oh, sure, that works. All Bunsen Berry people, I believe that you guys know this streamer very well. We're gonna go ahead and raid one good old June Hockey. And here is your raid message. And for those of you who aren't subscribed, I'm so sorry. For those of you the disorientation you must be feeling for me to jump from one stream to the other, but I appreciate all you coming in. Yes, all those are good. Okay. Bye, y'all. Bye. I love you. Hope you have a good time. Go say hi to June for me. Go say hi to June. Bye-bye. Bye now. Bye.